Hey,
Hi.
I,
Are we
I think
live?
yeah, I think we're gonna end up going live sooner than I had expected, like a whole minute early. Because I'm clueless like that. I was like, I need to add Emily. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. This is pretty typical of me these days, it seems. Hello.
How many hours sleep you have, babe?
Oh gosh. I think I got 5. So
Me too.
high
High five.
five. High five for 5.
And
5 by
Lori's back.
5.
Lori in the chat. Lori, I totally agree. This is I genuinely look forward to this. Especially after the pressure of summer school. I want to I still want to do well for the lives, but summer school is so structured and we have our agenda to get through. And this is we still have an agenda, but it's
And you're girlfriend, you are hardcore teaching in those summer school sessions, honey. You are the professor when you get in there. I'm like, whoa, stand back. Here comes Emily.
Now you know what my students feel like when I'm at BU. They're like, what? You're talking about real shit here. I wasn't ready for this.
Like I have instant trust. I'm like, I'm good. Emily's here. I have nothing to worry about. Emily's here. You create this feeling of safety. You create this we are safely in Emily's arms. Oh my God, that sounds really cheesy. I didn't mean it to sound that.
You know what happened to me last year though? I was teaching and a student who's normally super duper engaged was kind of zoning out a little bit. So I was kind of keep clocking them a little bit. I'm like, something strange. They stood up, passed out on the floor. Went to the classroom, passed out.
Holy shnikes.
30 sets of eyes look at me. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm the one in charge. Am I supposed to be doing something? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's me. So I'm trying to teach, but gotta focus on the student and what's going on. And it was that realization that you're the adult in the room. You're like,
see, I still do that, girlfriend. I'm usually the oldest person in any room, and I'm always like, who's the adult here? Adult. I need to find that person because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go. This is how
totally. It was like that. I will never forget that realization. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm in charge. So people are busy, Deb. We're gonna get talking about it. Today we're talking about a topic that I hear about a lot, and it's a real sticking point for people, which is the ageism.
Yeah.
The dreaded overqualified.
Yeah.
When you get that lovely little message, and you're like, what the hell does that mean?
What does it mean? What does it even freaking mean?
What is it? So when we were coming up with the topics for this, the funny enough, ageism, which I was mortified to find out since I'm in my 40s, ageism kicks in when you're in your 40s. Now, what I'm going to find interesting is that so a lot of people are not hiring for entry level roles right now, right? Because they're saying what can we have AI do? How can we stretch people as thin as we can? How can we lay off people and have one person do 5 people's jobs?
Pretty usual.
Yeah, late stage capitalism. Here we are.
Yep.
And what they're not seeing the cart down the road is if you're not training these early people, what's supposed to work is early people come in and later people train the early people. And then when the later people retire, the early people can take over and the cycle continues.
Yeah, they're not thinking of that. They're not thinking of the circle of business life. Yeah, they're not thinking of it.
So they're not thinking about that. So we have young people getting shut out because of AI, and we have older people getting shut out because of ageism, the other A, AI ageism. And we're stuck here in this messy middle. So for years, I've had people talking with me about, I didn't get feedback. I have a feeling it's because I'm too old. Should I dye my hair? Should I hide my numbers? What should I do? And because we're not getting the feedback, we're just guessing and filling in the blanks ourselves.
Absolutely. I will tell you right now, I have a box of dye sitting on the kitchen counter downstairs that I bought 8 months ago, back when I was still looking for a job. And I was this close to dyeing the grays. This close. I'm just telling you. When you get to a certain point where you're like, what else can I do? What flaming hoop do I need to jump through to get the attention? It's ridiculous.
Exactly right. And so what I used to, when I was a baby coach, what I used to talk about, I'd be like, guys, it's just a positioning issue. Like, don't worry about it. We're going to fix your resume and you're good. Because, and that might have been true 10 years ago when I was a baby coach. Now, because we're beyond it's a resume issue. We are beyond, because this market is so competitive and you are getting such a lack of feedback from places. And we're getting 8-second review scans and instantly rejected and all that kind of stuff. We're beyond positioning. And where I'm kind of looking at it now from a overqualified or ageism, I'm going to put them both in that same category right now, is what's really happening behind the scenes is they find you risky and they want to know if you're relevant. So the theme that I kept coming up with here for today's session was answer the risk. So address the risk that they're already thinking, and then prove your relevance. So yes, there's a little bit of positioning in that, but there's also getting the psychology of what's happening with the employer.
Absolutely.
Okay. So before we begin, because like I've come to, like, there's no magical resume hack. People will ask me, should I take the dates off my graduation? Yeah.
Absolutely. I would do that anyways.
I would do that anyways.
Yeah.
The only time I say you don't is if you're an early graduate, because it explains why you don't have a lot of experience.
Exactly.
But other than that, we take it off, right?
Yeah, there's no reason to have it on there.
You do?
No, I said there's
there's no reason. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, I got to tell you, there's this weird moment because, oh God, resume is just like, oh, it's so miserable. And I've been doing this for 40 years and I still find it miserable. And you get really attached to things that you have on your resume. Like they become a part and like you don't want to get rid of them. And so it took me a lot to just go, you know what? Hack off anything that's older than 15 years. They don't need to frickin' know that. Just put it on the bottom with other experience or a previous experience, or I don't remember exactly what it says. And don't put any fucking dates on it. Leave the fucking dates off. They don't need to know. If they're sitting there doing math in their head, that's not a company you'd want to work for anyways.
Oh, look at Lori's comment. I don't apply to any roles that ask for my college grad date. It's illegal to begin with and none ya business.
None ya.
I mean, I like to fuck with those applications sometimes when they're like, what's your salary expectations? What's your graduation date? January 1st, 1900. Let's just see what, I mean, you know, then we're playing with knockout questions a little bit. But anyway, what I want to get back to, yes, there are some resume things that you can do. But what I want job seekers to understand is there's a whole pile of assumptions that's happening behind the scenes that, as I said in today's post, in my LinkedIn post, there's a bunch of assumptions that's happening behind the scenes. And if you're not filling in the blanks, the employer is, and it's often not flattering. What the employer is filling in the blanks, right? So step one of what I wanted to cover today is what are those assumptions that they're having? Step two, we're going to get a little practical because you know me, I love that practical stuff. We're going to get a little practical about what that looks like on your resume and LinkedIn. But we're short on time today and we're going deep into this class number 2 of summer school that's on Tuesday. So I wanted to keep it, as we know, in summer school, I have people drinking from a fire hose and I go in really deep. I'm trying to keep it high level today. Okay. Yeah. So what I wanted to ask you guys a question in the chat first. I have my question written down. Okay. What assumption do you think that's happening about you as a candidate that you are tired of fighting? That's my question to you, that you think that the employer's looking at your resume and they're assuming this, that you're either too expensive. Oh, damn it, Deb, you amaze me every day. I didn't know she was going to do that, folks. Gosh, darn it, you're good. So, guys, just drop in the chat because I want to get a handle. I like getting a handle on where people are. Which assumption do you think, and again, because we're not getting feedback, we have to guess, what assumption do you think is happening with these employers that they too expensive? I know comes up a lot, that they're like, we won't be able to afford them. Like I work with clients who are like, they were senior leaders and they want to go to a startup. And the startup's like, I won't be able to afford them. Sometimes that's the rule. Difficult to manage, I know, is also a big one that comes up, particularly if you have younger managers. They're like, I'm going to feel awkward. Can I manage someone who's older? It's like, it's almost like the uncomfortableness of like the boss, the person who'd be in charge, and they're translating that onto the job seeker very much unfairly. What are we seeing here in the chat, Deb?
Man, we're seeing I'm too expensive, job hopper, overqualified and will leave. I'm too expensive, get bored quickly and leave. I won't stay, stuck in my ways, overqualified, that my skills are not transferable. Too expensive, might not be flexible, job hopper and unclear, overqualified.
Okay.
Too expensive, too senior, unclear, job hopper, won't stay. Not enough varied experience after 20 years of my current job. Chris says 8, all of the above.
Okay. So here's the thing. I want to make a quick delineation between overqualified and potentially ageism. Now, because this market sucks and a lot of people are applying, what I hear a lot, I can't even get a job at a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they take that as a personal insult. Like, what? I can't even do. First of all, yeah, if you don't have experience in that arena, you're going to be put at the bottom of the pile of candidates from people who do have experience in that arena. So there's just that alone. But second of all, that's where a lot of, if you're applying for something because you're like, I just need something to pay the bills, pretty much all of these things are going to apply. They're going to, especially though, you're going to get bored and leave immediately, which they're not wrong, right? So I do want to make a slight little delineation here between overqualified in terms of I'm just going down a couple notches because I got to pay the bills versus overqualified for a role you will actually want. I'm going to address that first group real quick because I hear this a lot. In terms of the overqualified, because like I'm trying to apply to a grocery store and I can't even get that. In that case, guys, throw out your entire resume and make the world's dumbest resume that you can.
That's what I did.
Take out your education, take out the professional skills, try to find whatever transferable skills you can. If you're going into the service industry, you're pulling out your experience, you're talking about your past experience through the lens of the service industry, through helping customers, through working in really fast environments, stuff like that, right? If you actually did work in the service industry in the past, then you're going to play that up in your resume. Mm-hmm. And the most recent stuff, like the professional jobs, going to have like 1 or 2 bullet points, if anything at all. And you're going to have that. I teach my clients to do a resume where we have a career highlights at the top, where your most relevant and most important stuff is listed right at the top. That's what you would do. That's where you would put it, right? And then the chronological stuff is below. So I just wanted to just kind of, you basically are throwing out you don't list education, you don't list the professional degrees, you don't list any of that, okay?
Yep.
Then you also, and this ties into my other advice for other people, then you have to answer they're assuming it anyway, so you might as well answer it. Mm-hmm. In terms of make shit up. I got stuff going on at home. I just take a step back from the corporate world. I'm looking to get back into this. I want a job where I can get involved in my community, whatever it is, right? Yep. Make that shit up. That's persona B, and that's a totally different persona than your corporate persona. So I just wanted to mention that. Anything to add there?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up the thing that for some reason we think if we didn't get paid for it, it doesn't count.
Oh, yes.
Which is such bullshit because you still have the experience doing it. So, so if you're doing volunteer stuff for your church or for some other community group or something like that, abso-fucking-lutely include that. Mm-hmm. Abso-fucking-lutely.
And I would even argue for the Jack in the Box and the Costco's and the seeing them in there. That would be actually even better. Because you're taking out all of that corporate professional experience.
Yep.
I completely agree. So I just wanted to mention that. And I really feel for job seekers when they're in that position. And then they're like, what the fuck? I can't even get this job. And it's like, yeah, look, if you've never dishwashed before and you're applying for a dishwasher, that's going to be really tough.
And that's why you create, I did that. I took everything out of my thing. Like I took anything that looked like I was leadership, manager, whatever. And I just focused on all the administrative stuff that I did. And then I created basically an administrative type resume. And it was very simple, very basic, but for the roles that I was applying for at that time, it was perfectly fine. I was actually getting interviews.
And we're going to talk about this extensively on Tuesday. But the very first thing I do with during summer school, class number 2, one of the very first things I do with my clients when we're working together, we don't go right to the resume. We don't go right to the LinkedIn. The very first thing we do is a keywords exercise where we study the job descriptions that interest us. We're pulling out the keywords and the key phrases, the pain points, and then we're using that information to base the resume. So if you were legit looking at Trader Joe's, Costco, service industry, Jack in the Box, whatever, You're doing the keywords exercise for that too.
Yep.
So you're studying those job descriptions, however short they may be. You can fill it in with AI. You can fill it in with Claude. You can say, I'm trying to get myself into the service industry. Here are some of the job descriptions. Help me translate this professional corporate experience into service industry language.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
It's the same thing for people who are going from public to private sector or private to public sector. I say the same exact thing. Like all of my beloved federal employees who were laid off, private sector has an entirely different language. So the first thing I have them do is study private sector jobs and then say, okay, AI, help me translate public sector into private sector. So I went off on a little bit of
and AI is really good with that. It's really good at helping you translate across the different things there and really helping you find the underlying skills, sometimes the transferable skills that people don't realize that they have automatically.
Yeah. I think it's great because it's like a neutral, you're too close to it when it's your own.
Absolutely.
All right, let me get back on track here. All right. So as I talked about I have my notes here because I want to make sure there's so much I want to hit. As I mentioned in my LinkedIn post today, the employers are thinking about all those things we just put on the chat. Are they going to get bored? Are they too expensive? Now, sometimes the employer is biased. Sometimes they're confused. Sometimes they're both. Okay. You can't control the bias.
You can't.
But we can control the confusion.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that goes back to that like original theme that we have of answer the risk, prove the relevance. Okay. So we can help try to answer that confusion, right? So let's just get into it. I have this framework that I'm going to introduce you guys to kind of this 3-point framework to help you evaluate that role and how you can explain it to an employer. And then, you know me, I'm all about that practical advice. We're going to talk about how to do that on your resume and LinkedIn. Just briefly, because we're getting into it big time on Tuesday. And then Deb, you have an amazing prompt to help with this.
I do. I got it ready.
So question number one is why this work? Like this is something you have to answer because they're asking that. Why do you want this particular job? If this is not aligning with your past experience, maybe you were a leader and you're going back to an individual contributor role, for example, right? Yep. You personally need to have not just, I got to pay the bills, I need something. Sure, that's legit, but that's not the answer that we have for now.
Exactly.
Because we can't say that to them. So it's not just like, well, I know I can do this job. I can do this job in my sleep. Right. So it's not that. It's I enjoy this work because this taps into my professional experience or what have you. Okay.
Or I like this industry or that kind of thing.
Exactly. Even if you got a bullshit, even if you've never been super passionate about working at Jack in the Box, if we're going to go back to that other example, it's still the same thing about why this work. Why is it speaking to you? Okay. Yep. Other than I have to pay my bills. Question number 2. Why does this move make sense right now? So the employer is thinking, why are they stepping down? Why are they switching into this industry? Why are they doing this role? Why? Right?
Yep.
And again, they're going to fill.
Don't leave them in the whys. Don't leave them in the whys because they're going to make up stuff. They're going to fill in the blank. And y'all, you know this is true because you do the same thing as an employee. When the company doesn't tell you the reasons why if they do certain things, you can come up with also. It's the same way the other way around, you know?
Right.
And they're going to come up with they're going to substitute their own why if you don't tell them why.
So why do this work and why does this move make sense right now? If you're going lateral or downward or nonlinear, the key word there is intention. I am intentionally doing this because.
I like it.
We had the word intention in there. Okay. Or I'm especially interested in this. I do my best work when I'm this. My best experience. I produce the best results when this. I'm being intentional about it. This isn't just a random thing. Because every company wants to feel like they're the prettiest girl in the room and you're obsessed with them and you like can't do anything without them, right? So it's like, I'm intentionally making this move because you guys are speaking to me about XYZ.
The prettiest girl in the room. It's so true.
It's so true. It's so true. They all feel so fucking special. I saved the screenshot that I'm dying to do a LinkedIn post of, and it was like OpenAI CEO realizes that he's like, I think my employees care more about the paycheck than the mission statement.
It was the Anthropic guy. Yeah.
The Anthropic guy. That's it.
Dario Amada or whatever his name is. Yeah. He's like, I think they're more worried about them. Like, really, you think? Why would people want to have a shelter over their heads or food in their stomachs or pay for, like, why? I can't understand.
Tell me you're out of touch without telling me you're out of touch. Okay, third framework. So let me go back to my notes. First framework, why this work. Second framework, why does this move make sense now? Intentional. We're being intentional. Third, why will your experience help rather than create a problem? So this goes back, if you guys have done my LinkedIn, if you've attended our LinkedIn Lives or summer school, I joke that I'm going to have pain point tattooed on my forehead. Pain point and relevant. Those are the two words I'm going to tattoo on my forehead, okay? Pain point, we always go back to the employer has a problem, want, or need that they're trying to solve.
Yep.
And they're willing to spend money to hire someone to solve that pain point.
Yep.
When ageism or overqualified comes up, they come up with reasons for why you wouldn't solve that pain point, why you would get in the way, because you're not manageable, because you're too expensive, because you were too siloed at your past company, because you were at that company for too long and you're not willing to learn new ways, right? So it's not, oh my God, this person can come and solve the problem. It's they're going to create more headaches for me, is what's going through their head.
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely
so true. We need to be like, no, my years of experience, we're not hiding our years of experience. We're curating it. Okay. Ooh. So we're curating. You like that?
I like that. That was very sexy.
Thank you. You said sexy. I usually say sexy. Okay.
You got me saying sexy now. I'm putting it in everything.
So it works. So if we're curating it, we're curating our experience to say, my years of experience, I have seen this problem again and again and again and again. And here's the different ways we've approached it, right? Not in a back in my day, we did this, but this is a way that your experience becomes an advantage, right?
Yeah.
While we're also emphasizing that we can learn and we can grow and we can be teamwork, but that's my next set of examples. Okay. So actually, I have a sentence for you guys. I have an exercise for you guys. And Deb, you probably didn't make an image for this.
I did not, I don't think.
And that's fine, because you know what I did before this? I put it in my notes and I said, copy and paste this. So you're going to put it in the chat. So
giggity.
How do I... Can I add to
over
the
on the right-hand side, there's a chat. It says chat.
Yeah, but how do I
and then down at the very bottom, it you can send it in the private chat to me and I'll post it for you.
There's no option for me though. It just says chat and private. Okay, girl, I'm just gonna put it in private. I don't know. For some reason, I can't contribute to the main chat.
Motherfucker.
Okay, babe, I'm gonna put it in the private chat for you. If you can then drop it to the main thing, and then we'll figure that out.
I like it. You even have the little brackets in there that I always use for my prompts too. Good job. There we go.
Yeah, we like these. Okay, this is a sentence that I'm gonna give you guys to consider. I'm intentionally focused on this job, whatever that job is, because I thrive working in teams. I want to step back into a data role. I want to do why that role makes sense for you now. Okay.
Yep.
Because of my relevant experience is going to help solve your pain points. That's essentially what this sentence is.
And that's all you need is one sentence. That's we make it like it's like too much. Like we think we have to over explain it or go into all of the reasons and whatever. And they don't care how the sausage is made. They just want to have the very specific sentence about why you are the right person for that role at this time because of this experience.
Exactly. So I'm just realizing the time. I'm going to zoom forward a little bit because I want to get to your stuff too.
Okay.
So in terms of practical, what this looks like on your resume or LinkedIn, you're like, hey, I got it. How the fuck do I translate it? Again, we're going to go into this in depth on Tuesday because I need a lot more time than 30 minutes. But here's a couple things. Here's my other task for you guys. Here's your homework. Get ready to take notes. What you're going to do is you're going to look at the top third of your resume and the top third of your LinkedIn. Okay. And there's three things that you're going to look for. Number one, we want a recent relevant result. We are not leading with 20 years of experience.
No.
What we are leading with in Q3 of 25, I did this. Okay. So Jennifer is asking the exact question I'm answering. I love this for us. Go for us. Go us. So again, you're looking at the top of your resume in LinkedIn. Is there, number one, a recent relevant result there that shows something that you did recently that speaks to the pain points of this, whoever you're applying for? Okay. Number two, is there a signal that says that you're adaptive and you're up to the time? Let's say a current signal. All right. You're using AI. You're up to date on what the newest platforms are, what's happening with the industry. So you could have a bullet point like built an AI assisted research tool that helped the organization, whatever. What I really like are bullet points that emphasize teamwork, especially if you were a leadership position and you're stepping back into an individual contributor role. You want bullet points that are like, I developed this, but then I worked with the team to integrate it. Lots of teamwork language, not leadership language, if that's what you're trying to do, right?
Exactly.
So number one, a recent relevant result. Number two, something that shows you're current and you know what's happening in your current industry. And then, hold up, I skipped my page. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. So, this is what I want to say. Number three. So if we're having this on our resume, we're having that in like the bullet points right at the top. What, guys, again, we're going to go into this in depth on Tuesday, but what I recommend for the top of your resume, one sentence as your opener. That's it. Job title with this many years of experience delivering these kind of results for these kind of companies. That's it. Now, if you're worried about ageism, you don't have to say 20 years experience. You could say 10 years. You could say 15 years. You could knock that out entirely. And you could say industry leader who's skilled in organizing teams if you want to go back to an individual contributor role. Okay. Then what I have my clients do is they do a career highlights section where they do the top most relevant stuff, most relevant to that role right at the top, then skills, then their chronological experience. So when I say the top third of the resume, that's where I'm talking about. You have that stuff. Okay. Relevant, recent stuff. Now, for LinkedIn, the headline is going to be super duper important for you because the headline is the most important part of LinkedIn. And we're going to get into this in depth on Tuesday. But for the headline, we don't just have former VP, leader, advisor, mentor, growth leader. No. This is going to apply whether you care about ageism or not. We want the job title that you're targeting. We want the top skills keywords that you see in job descriptions over and over and over again, and recruiters are likely searching for. And then we want that who you help and how you help them. I help SaaS companies. I was just talking to Lori. So I help SaaS companies improve their customer base 25%, whatever it is.
I teach women 40 plus how to make AI their biatch.
Okay. So that's what it's about. So that's how in your headline, we're not doing that leader, growth, mentor, advisor. We're getting practical brass tacks. This is what I do. And this is who I give it to. Okay. So, oh my God, I have so much more to say, but let me get to your reality check. Give me your AI prompt
in there. I just dropped the prompt into the chat. I'm going to highlight it here. Review the top third of my resume and the first screen of my LinkedIn profile as a skeptical but fair recruiter for this role. What unanswered questions might you have about my motivation, current relevance, willingness to be hands-on, compensation, or where is it? Compensation or likelihood of staying. Do not rewrite anything. Identify only the questions or assumptions. So that's what
So what this prompt is going to do is it's helping you go through the eyes of the recruiter because we're too close to it, right? So we want the recruiter's eyeballs on it to say, like have it say that you are the recruiter looking at this so it can give you that honest to goodness assessment. And if you guys have attended our lives or if you attended class number 1 last week on Tuesday last week, we talked about how you got to push back. You got to push back on the results that you got to get. You can't accept the first results because it wants to please you, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, Deb, now I'm speaking your language.
You
so
are
if there's
talking.
anything else
I'm
you're
like,
adding.
I feel like my job here is done. You don't even need me anymore, Emily. You already got
Oh,
it.
honey, that you taught me so well. One person asked, I just want to say, what happens if you were an IC, like a technical writer, you don't have a lot of shining achievements or quantifiable metrics? I'm so glad you asked this. We're going to answer this on Tuesday. Every fucking person has metrics. Everyone has metrics.
Everyone has metrics.
Deb and I have talked. I think we talked about this like LinkedIn Live #1. I feel like we went on a little metrics rant.
It happens to be one of those, especially for people like me. I was in HR, and HR was like, I don't have any metrics. It's like, yes, you do have metrics. You just have to take what your experience is and find the metrics in those. Like, put the numbers that are associated with it. Like,
So,
led 5 work streams.
yep.
You know, the company produced this, or like, we implemented a new onboarding system that saved 30% time to, there are ways to put those in there, y'all. And the reason why is because the numbers catch the recruiter's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The number, just from a standpoint of a human being looking at a resume, when they're scanning it and they're doing that 6 or 7 second scan, the numbers go whoop, and then they pay attention to that. So
plus, it's the difference of show versus tell. You can tell me you're a great employee. You show me by showing your impact, accomplishments, results, achievements. Also, it helps. We're in session number 3. We're going to talk about how to use AI without sounding like everyone else. When you don't have numbers, you sound like everyone else because everyone's using AI to write their resumes. And they're all putting the same keywords in there. So you need the numbers to help delineate it a little bit. And now I'm giving some tough love on the metrics because of the time constraints. Yep. Again, we're going to go into in depth on Tuesday, but the short answer is if you can't join us Tuesday, LinkedIn user, and you're not whatever, honey, even if you just go on to chat and say, I'm a technical writer, give me some ideas of metrics that I can put in my resume. We're going to go in depth on Tuesday, but even if that's just your takeaway, just do that. Okay.
Just do it.
Just to get some brainstorming going. All right. Speaking of Tuesday, we've talked about Tuesday a lot. Deb, what's up with this QR code?
Okay. So this QR code will take you out to the page that has where you could sign up to join us on Tuesday. If you want to just come to the one session, it's 47? And then if you want to sign up for the rest of summer school, you can get the replay from session 1. You get all of the coming up 3 sessions live with Emily and myself. Plus, you get added to Homeroom, which is the community that we have going right now. In fact, Myra just asked about, are you going to put that in Homeroom? I'm like, I will put that prompt in Homeroom. So it's a way to feel a little less lonely while you're doing the job searching. That's all I'm saying.
Looks like we got a scammer in the chats. Wagner Carvalho. I'm shouting you out right now. We are hiring. Kindly send me a connection request. Can we just boot this person off?
We're going to be booting this dude.
Scammers, get the fuck out of here.
Get out.
Honestly, I'm like, that enrages me. Ugh.
We're getting rid of this dude. Wagner.
Yeah, we are blocking the fuck out of that person. Oh, and they're going after our people. Peg, do not engage. Nope.
Engage.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just, that heated me up. Bill, you asked for us visual learners. Is there going to be some on-screen examples? For LinkedIn Lives, we typically don't because these are more casual. For summer school, fuck yes. We go deep. We got notes. We got slides. We got all of that. But note taken, if I have more in-depth stuff next time, note taken. We just tend to get so burned out by preparing for summer school that for Thursday, we're like, let's just get our outline going and we're good. But thank you for saying that. Okay, we're going back to that metrics thing. Quick thing about, okay, because I know we are on time. Quick thing about metrics. No one's auditing you. Make it the fuck up. Second of all, you don't have to be directly involved for it to count. I talked to a person once who's like, well, I worked at this company when we had record-breaking sales, but like I was on the marketing team. I had nothing to do with them. Yeah, you weren't closing the sales, but you fucking marketed the product. Yeah, you can absolutely claim that. Okay.
Absolutely.
So no one's auditing you. Claim stuff, even if your team was involved, the company was involved. You can claim that. Third of all, like I said, just start with asking AI. And again, we're going to go deep into this on Tuesday, but like this is a sticking point for me because I hear this a lot and I totally understand people saying I don't have metrics. Like I absolutely get it. But particularly with the age of AI and all that brainstorming available at our fingertips, we can absolutely find some. Not every bullet point needs a metric.
It does not. No. And here's the thing. There is no resume police, y'all. For the longest time, I was like, the resume police are going to come. And then I was like, is there woo, woo, woo?
Yes.
The resume police that's coming to audit your resume. Now, granted, I would not make up wild ass, completely wild ass. I would, but I've had so many people be like, that was so long ago. I can't remember what these, I'm like, you know what? Get in the ballpark.
And someone just said, someone told me metrics could also be the size of your team, who you reported to. Yes, yes, yes. The other thing I say is, thank you for adding that LinkedIn user. The other thing I say is metrics can be used to provide context. So the example I like to give is, it's not I answered phone calls at the front desk. It's I answered 25 phone calls, or I answered 100 phone calls a day for 25 employees.
Yep.
Still counts. Those are some metrics. So anyway, but again, we're going in depth on Tuesday. So Deb, I cut you off from the summer school stuff, or did I cut you off? Is there anything else?
You did not cut me off.
I just saw the scammer and I got heated.
And y'all, this is Emily, y'all. This is the passion that she brings to the people that she works with. So believe me, you are going to be coming to those sessions and you are going to be getting the shit.
I kickbox. I will punch those scammers out. Fucking pisses me off. Okay. So guys, we covered so much and so little. It feels like this time goes so fast. Yep. So hopefully you can join us on Tuesday for summer school when we talk about resume and LinkedIn. Scan the QR code. If not, we'll be back on Thursday for our regular lives. Yep. But I just wanted to say to you guys, as your action item, your take home away, because I have this too, before they leave, say this to them. Before you apply again, you're going to write that one sentence. Okay. Yep. So that one sentence about, we had it in the chat.
I'm looking for it right now. You keep talking.
Can you drop that again? If I could put it in the private chat again. So answer that one sentence that Deb's going to throw in there, right?
I got it. Giggity, giggity. There we
go. So that's number one. Then number two, look at your LinkedIn and resume. Do we have a most recent relevant bullet point? And are we showing that we're up to date on industry trends and all that stuff? Okay, those are just like the kind of quick little takeaways. Obviously, when you're in interviews, you can do a lot more. I also say to people at the top of your resume, I typically recommend only one sentence and that's it. You can have a second sentence, particularly if you're pivoting or you need to explain why this role meets you. You can say, intentionally shifting into this to do this. Like you can use that one sentence to explain it. Use the word intentional. Okay. Shauna said, are we going to be doing more of these? Yes, we are. We don't know what yet. I have to take the last Thursday and off for my kid's birthday, and then we're going to be back in September for sure, because we're having too much fun with these, but we'll let you guys know.
We are having a good time. If someone was like saying we should start a podcast or something, and I'm like, I don't know if we want to do that, but this is just too much fun.
We just have too much fun. Another one, Deb said, I attended session 1 of summer school. Did you email a link to homeroom? Homeroom is for people who signed up for all 4 classes, because we're trying to build a community of people who are showing up each week.
Yep.
So to that LinkedIn user who asked, if you only signed up for class number 1, you don't have an invitation to homeroom. But if you signed up for the bundle and you somehow missed that invitation, all 4 classes, Deb, what's the email address?
It's deb@aiconfidential.net. I'll type it in the chat.
Yep. So I hope that answered that. Okay. I think we got some of the basic ones here.
Yep. I think we got most of the basics. Yeah.
All right. Deb does a great job of reviewing the chat afterwards and trying to answer individual questions. So if there's something we didn't address here because stuff was flying by fast, send it to Deb. Deb's will send it to me. We'll go over it. We can answer it because we're here for you guys. Okay.
This is
Deb. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know what our topic is next week?
I do actually, she said, and then she's like, I had it written down somewhere, and here I go. I can look at the page. The page will tell me, go to the page. Next week, it's how to work faster without sounding like a robot. And then,
so that's going to complement our session number 3.
Yeah, giggity.
Oh, look at the way we planned this. Oh my God.
There is a method to our madness. It doesn't seem like it, but there is.
Because class number 3 is about how to use AI without sounding like everyone else. So we're going to have a live that complements that. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. You're amazing. We will see you.
I love all y'all. I want to play some music if I can. Let's see if I can.
Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. This is you. You guys are just the best. Just the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Take care, y'all.